Hi everyone, it's Jerry. I'm going to play against Leela Chess Zero again. I did this nearly 4 days ago as a video, and that was when it was ID 82. It's now updated to ID 102. And I want to play two games in this video. One in normal mode, which is the mode that I played in the first video. That way we could get a better comparison of, how she's evolving. And then in hard mode, I'm going to give that a go. If you follow me on Twitter, you know that I recently put out a tweet about hard mode. Before I do this, before I play these two games, let me just show you the progress Leela has made. This is the point I played Leela the first time. These numbers that just popped up correspond to ID 82. That was when Leela had nearly 2.2 million self-play games, and the self-play rating was 4,656. Fast forward about 800,000 more games. This is the point that I will now be playing Leela at. So there's a couple things, there's some stuff that's interesting to note, for sure. The rating, in particular, has gone down. There could be many reasons for this. So you would think that with this more experience, 800,000 more games, why isn't the rating going up? Well, it could be the case Leela is trying different strategic concepts. So Leela is possibly trying, let's say, to place pawns on the same color of her remaining bishop, which we know to not be a good strategy. All the while improving in plenty of other aspects in the game. These 800,000 more games count for something. We could then see it jumps up and then down, and it is back on an upward trend. So there can be these little dips for sure. We're seeing it right here. Don't get discouraged by that. Those of you that are contributing, currently, at the time of this recording, 440 are helping to have Leela play these self-play games on their systems. Just to give you a quick glimpse into plenty that are contributing, the names there. One other thing, because of this increase, because of the number of people that are contributing to this project, they've been able to increase to V1600 from V800. So the game rate will be half. You won't be able to play as many self-play games. I believe this Cheetah user was close to like 20,000 games per day, and now it's cut in half there. Basically, the games are now higher quality. Leela is able to spend more time on the moves. So higher quality games are being played, and since I played Leela last, Leela has 800,000 more games in. So enough of the mathy talk. Let's go ahead and play some chess. Let me go full screen here, and let me make it a little bit bigger. We'll go with what move? Let's try D4. So I'm on normal mode. And let me make it just a little bit bigger and go down. That's exactly where I want to be. Okay. I'm ready to go. I'm going to go with C4. Now, in the first game, or the first video I put out there, after this, Leela went for a King's Indian defense, and it got to a pretty locked structure. So, let's see what we get here. Go at knight c3. Okay, so no Nimzo Indian. Let's get my bishop out. And what do I want to do here? Let's bring the knight out. Okay, capture, huh? So I have an option. I could take the center, e4, and then just look to scoop up c4. I do now have a majority in the center, 2-1. I'm going to give this a go. I mean, if this move was played before the bishop had moved, if I play e4, there'd be this bishop f8 to b4. But if black it plays this now, some time has been wasted. I'm going to occupy the center. All right. Striking at my pawn duo. I think I do best to simply recapture. I don't think I mind a capture on d4. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and take on c4. And I guess we're maybe going to have a queenless middle game coming about soon. I feel that the queen bishop will struggle some. My bishops are much more free if we just do a light square bishop comparison. How exactly is this bishop going to come out? Let's take with the queen. All right, there we go. Queens are off. Question to my bishop. I really do not want to take the knight. Open position. I want to hang on to this guy. So there's some value in the h6 move for sure. Once castled, black now has a flight square. So, okay. And there isn't going to be a way, now that the queens are off, for sure, to, let's say, take advantage of the weakness on g6. Do I just play here? Oh, no, I could play here. I don't have to fear this move. If I play bishop to f4, there is knight to d7. I mean, the other thing to note about these games, clearly I'm not playing, there isn't some time control here. I'm able to spend more time than Leela, obviously, but, yeah. Okay, anyhow. Do I want to go to e3 or f4? If I go here, I think knight d7 and then the fork idea. What's keeping me from bishop e3? This knight g4 move. And then into here. Let's go for this. I want to get this in and then f3 if possible. Okay, good. Okay. Actually, if the knight went here, knight to this square might have been annoying. So a6 is stopping all my pieces basically from going there. And I guess white is also preparing to expand with b5. I don't want to stop it with a4 because of the weakness I create on b4. I feel like I just want to create a nice home for my bishop f3, stop knight g4. Yeah, this pawn might like go on a bit of a rampage, b5, b4, and maybe pick this guy up. Let's just play f3. Okay, castles. I feel like I don't want to castle here. When I castle, the rook ends up on f1. I'd rather go to f2 with my king. See, closer to the center instead of being on g1. And then I'm going to have to move my rook anyhow. Whether he's on h1 to the d file or f1 to the d file, he's got to take one move. So I'd rather have my king on f2. Do I want to do that now? Yeah, I still don't think it's a good idea to play a4. Let's go with king to f2. And now what? I want to stay off of the open files, so I'm not considering d3. So e2 or b3. There's this square here that's weakened. So, you know, I want to keep the b3 square open for my knight. So bishop here, and maybe knight a3 into a5. I don't know. Let's give this a shot. Okay. So I have a little bit more space in the center. Black has a little bit more space on the queen side. Well, I probably want to put a rook on an open file. I'm leaning more towards the king rook. I guess we're going to go to the d file. Yeah, let's see what happens. Okay. My knight's given a shove. This happened in our first game. In a completely different position. And I went to this square. And I'm going to go there again. I don't see anything wrong with it. Yet. Oh, man. All right. I guess we get the other rook playing. What would I like to have happen here? I'm not really sure. I can maybe go right in for this. I was going to say I could shoot for knight to b3. Maybe key in on the c5 square. That's where a lot of my pieces are intersecting. This knight and this bishop are pretty much under control due to this e4 f3 structure. So the pieces that I'm looking at are this knight. Also, I have this knight kind of under control by my a4 knight. I like my bishops pointing here. This bishop can't go too far. If I could establish a knight right here, that would be pretty annoying, wouldn't it? Striking at both the bishop and a6 pawn. I believe I still need to get this last piece working, and then we go in for maybe this point. I don't see how to improve my rooks. I think now is the time that I improve this knight. Just get him out of the way, free my bishop so I could see these squares. Is there any sacrifice here that would bug me? I don't think so. Okay, let's go here. I see. So, knight to c5. I must say that this is I know it's a completely different type of opening that we have here, but I could already feel a difference in the playing strength. So, all right. It could be related to the position type, because in that first game it was pretty locked. This one it's a semi-open position. Okay, so I'm looking at this square. I have enough support to jump in for that. Here's the other thing I like about this position. Should it get very simplified, if it gets simplified enough, I feel that I would be a bit more comfortable bringing my king towards the center. Less pieces, I could move my king up. My king is a tiny bit closer to maybe one day, hunting down these pawns, let's say. King on f2 versus king on g8. This is something that's pretty long term, but okay, it's obviously on my mind here. Now, suppose I jump right in with this knight. We could soon be having a ton of exchanges. I could force some exchanges, knight here. I want to be a little bit careful, though. If I jump in here, knight takes, bishop takes, then there's a4. My knight needs to find a new home. He could jump in here. I feel like I want to move this knight. If I go knight here, knight b to c5, there is bishop to c6. I can't really go pawn grabbing either. Like rook takes rook, knight a5. Oh, could I do that, actually? Hang on. Rook takes rook, knight a5. There isn't time for rook a8 because I could take the bishop. So if I take the rook here, the bishop would have to recapture, but that's an underdeveloping move. Could I start to maybe look to grab a pawn? Rook takes rook, knight takes a5? Rook takes rook, bishop takes rook? I don't see anything wrong with that. I'm going to actually exchange rooks. Bishop takes. All right, so that's just a tiny positive for me there. And now, do I get my rook to c1 and then look at this sensitive square? Yeah, I think this square is one that I want to eye up. Let's get there. Rook c1 bishop, offering a light square bishop exchange. Really? All right, well, I could exchange and then go here with check, force the king off. I'm going to go for that. I think the rook is kind of demoted, and at the same time, my king could now improve ever so slightly on e2. I think first things first, I do want to go ahead and inconvenience the king. And what now? Now I don't have to worry about, let's say, a bishop attacking my knight. My knight does a good job of restricting this pawn. Both of my knights stop the pawn movements. King to e2? Just a tiny bit closer? I'm going to go for that. King to e2, bishop there. Ooh. All right, so What's the plan here? You just want to pick this pawn up. I definitely don't want to go here because of this and then that. To watch out for this knight. I said earlier that it's under control by this structure. If I do this, the knight could soon turn into a very annoying piece. Do not want to give up my bishop for a knight. Okay, so that said, I believe I do best to start with g3 as a defensive h2. Oh my god, I didn't even consider that. Okay. I could look to change the structure. Okay, so I could go f4. Knight takes pawn. I mean, I have this covered. f4, bishop takes, knight takes, a4. That sack isn't working. So I could expand a little bit with f4. And then when the bishop moves, I play king f3. I don't want to follow up with e5 because I give up this square. I'm gonna give the bishop a shove. See where the bishop goes. Oh no. Okay, it's going in for 2 pawns for a minor piece. Really? Oh, it may be more than that because there's knight c3 at the end. All right, let's see. Wow. Okay. But I could play knight a4, controlling c3 and still keeping this rook in a position where it has to babysit a5. I think I like doing that. It's not it's not ideal in that you blockade a pawn, the knight's on the edge, but I don't want those pawns to get rolling so easily. I certainly don't want to see this pawn drop off. Okay. I want a lot of trades here. Like I think I want the rooks off. Yeah, if I take on a5, there's rook here. Yeah, knight takes a5, rook a6. I'm in some trouble. I think this knight is one this knight's gonna be a great pest. Like if I go king f3, there's probably just f5, and the knight's super glued in there. I have to look to attack the knight with a knight, so maybe knight to d2. Yeah, knight to d2 seems pretty good. No? I want to keep him here. I don't need the knight on b3. This is the piece that I can improve. These knights still offset. This knight is the worst piece currently for black. It could go to f6. Forward moves, basically just f6. All right, I'm going to go for some trades. Aha. It's really interesting to see the decisions here that Leela is making. And I could go here, maybe. Ask the rook a question. Yeah, I think I might want to jump into c4. Let's give that a go. Yeah, it's not going passive. It's not going to a6. But now I'm coordinating on b6. What about this? Suppose I go hunting this pawn. He's attacked once, defended once. Suppose I attack the pawn again. Rook a8. Is there anything wrong with that? The rooks are off. I'm pretty sure I know how to win this in a pretty clean way. Let's try for rook a8. Yeah, that's a super active rook. Yeah, I don't like creating a hole here, but I don't want to. I could back up with the bishop, and then if knight here, I go there. I think it's worth considering bishop g1. Knight g4, the knight's basically demoted. He moves forward, but he's not on a better square. g4 is not better than f6 in this position. This is the best square for the knight. So bishop g1, keeping the structure as is. I think I like this decision. Rook goes there. Okay, so that was a waste. I don't think my bishop is really inconvenienced by going to g1. You know, whether it's on g1 or e3, basically functioning just as well. All right, so I'm going to take with the rook, offer rook exchange. Okay, so I am up a piece. Leela has a pawn for it. And I no longer need my knight on a4. What should I do now? Trade rooks. Invites the knight here. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, let's get the rooks off. Knight recaptures. These knights still offset, so I want to keep him here. No, I could get more trades in. I have to be careful. Knight c3. I also have to be careful of this king getting active. Wow. What is black's best piece? It's this one. I should probably go here. Yeah, I did this when the knight was on e4, going to d2, and it avoided that exchange. Maybe I should do similar. This is black's best piece. Let me challenge the best piece. This is also a key defender of b4, so eliminate the knight and then try and hunt down this pawn. Let's try for this. This also does a good job controlling, yeah, just replenishing the knight on d5. Okay. I think I just want to take now. See how black recaptures. All right. So, what to do now? My knight is kind of a dummy here. How about bishop here? Let's improve this bishop. Control c3. Or, yeah, I still have to be on the lookout for this knight c3 stuff. Picking off a2. I don't want to allow that. I don't want to trade these pawns. You know, because then, I don't know. I want, oh, this is the reason. I have a bishop, so I want to keep both sides of the board relevant. If there's just pawns on one side of the board, the power of the bishop is diminished. So, what do I want to do? How can I hunt down this pawn? I feel that I want to control this and then maneuver my knight in a way where it challenges this knight. I'm going to start with bishop here, really keying in on the c3 square, also putting pressure there. And I think I might want to go a step in this direction. I don't see the knight being able to improve. The forward moves are under control. If he goes back, I'm cool with that. I think I want to take into account now the king position. So king f5, I want to be able to flush back with g4. So king f3, h5, h3, king f5, g4. I get to flush the king back, make sure it doesn't enter the ball game. So let's start with king f3. There, we're going to go with h3. We're going to flush the king back, and then go from here. I might want to even go further with my king. I just started thinking, if this comes down to me having to demonstrate knight and bishop versus king, I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. Let's improve the king, I believe. f5's no good. All right. Now, f5 I could consider now. No. But I think I'm satisfied with what I've done with my king in these pawn moves. I could play knight here. Challenge the knight. If that exchange is avoided, then I could look to attack this pawn. I think I like this idea. Let's start with knight b6. I'm going to go with knight b6. Knight b6, knight c3, takes. My king is there to hunt this pawn down. Let's go knight b6. Avoiding the exchange again. Yeah. Alrighty. Now, how can I get my knight to attack this square? Okay, bishop here, there's knight c6. I didn't mention this yet, but I played this mode once at the current ID 102, and the result, me playing as white, was a draw. I don't want to draw. I want to win this time. So bishop to c5. Let's go with bishop c5. And I don't know, just get my knight on a different square. It takes forever, like 1, 2, 3, but don't I have forever? I'm going to try for it. Here, I just want to attack this pawn. What's that move doing? All right, let's go here. That move? All right. Well, I don't want to take here. I don't want to give the king the g5 square. So let's go in to hunt down the b pawn. And I want to take with the king, I believe. I have the forward squares knocked out by the knight. Okay. Now we just have to watch for these little tricks. If I take with the knight, there's a fork against my bishop, so we take here. Okay, so now this is, I believe I could play a little bit faster. Yeah. I think I just want to devote my king to defending here, and this pawn could run on his own. Yeah, let's just stick around over here and see how black tries to stop this passer. Let's watch out for the fancy checks. Let's get going with this passer now. Okay. And let's go here, box the knight out. And let's give it a push. Yeah. Okay, so got that piece. Let's flush the king away. And I just don't want to have to mate with the bishop and knight. If I could avoid that. And I believe I can. Yeah, we could always just sack the bishop for one of these two. Should I do that now? I'll do it now. Just keep it really simple. And I could do this. I guess I didn't really make much progress with that. Okay, I can move the pawn. All right. We're going to get this one. You give up the knight at this stage. Okay, we're just going to play this one out. I wasn't even on the way. I wasn't even looking at the expected score, what Leela was thinking about as I was playing. I'll have to look back to see what Leela was thinking as playing that game. So mate in 2, and there we go. Okay, I'm just going to jump right in and now play in hard mode. So I might have to give it a nudge every now and then. Force Leela to move. I had to do that when I played it a couple times on hard mode. But yeah, well, let's restart the game. I am in hard mode. And yeah, let's give this another go. Okay. Let's try an e4 game. Leela is thinking. A Sicilian Leela. All right. Let's go knight f3. I want to see this. Oh, e6. That's like the one move I didn't want to see. And knight to c6 gives me an opportunity to maybe play against a weakened queenside structure. Okay. Well, let's try a c3 line. Yeah. So this is just a wonderful, this really feels like just a wonderful experience to be able to, I feel that there's so many ways that you could improve as a player once Leela has become a beast. And I mean, Leela's on its way to becoming a beast. Anyhow, let's take there and combat Black's pawn duo. I'll have to look at what the expected score is. How are you feeling here? Leela doesn't feel. All right, I want some simplification. I want to play against what's soon to be an isolated pawn. Bishop to b5. Let's see. Knight c6. All right, let's castle. So far I haven't I didn't need to force Leela to move, which is good. It's running smooth. Let's go here. Ideally, what I would like to have happen is a dark square bishop exchange, and then that way I could kind of rely upon the d4 square as a blockade of this isolated pawn. Not isolated at the moment, but that's kind of just the general thing I'm looking for. That blockade square, get rid of the piece that could put pressure on the blockader. So moves I'm considering: knight to d2, rook to e1. I don't see a great difference between the two. I could also capture. Maybe this is the time that I capture. Let's do that. Bishop's lured away. The pin is probably uncomfortable. And then maybe knight here now. It concerns me a little bit. Knight here, queen to b6. Nah, I could take the knight and maybe then take here, damage the structure. I think I'm cool with developing, connecting knights. All right, so a question. Did this the first game in this video. Light square. And keep the pin. All right, so the pieces that are in Black's house are definitely getting challenged. Well, I think I want to go to d3. Just kind of combating a nice developing move by the bishop. Yeah, I don't want to give up the bishop for knight, so I don't think I really gain anything to help Black strengthen the center. I have knight b3 with tempo. Queen c2. Just preparing to contest the e-file. Connect the rooks. Rook e1. Or do I go right in for knight b3, knight d4? I want to be on the lookout for this move here. Knight e4. It's not possible now, but g5, bishop back, and then knight here. Or even some g5, g4. Okay. I don't know if it's coming through in the video, but I don't feel very comfortable playing against Leela in I don't have much confidence is what I mean to say, playing Leela in hard mode. I said that I put out a tweet about hard mode. I played it only 2 games at this ID 102 on hard mode, and I lost both games. So I'm 0 for 2, and this is my 3rd game that we have being recorded right now. So let's see. All right. Bishop to b6. Okay, I think now I want to put in a flight square. Stop bishop g4 is really the main thing. I don't know. Yeah, I think I want to stop the pin. What concerns me about h3, bishop to c7. h3, bishop c7, and then if g5 here. Bishop c2, bishop g4. I could also back the bishop up and then play knight here. Is it okay to back the bishop up? Bishop c2, bishop g4, h3, bishop back. I could get out of the pin with queen d3, just like Black could get out of the pin with queen d6. I don't know. I'm gonna give this a go. Bishop c2 it is. Queen to d6. I predicted a move. All right, let's see. Bishop g3. Now that there isn't a pin, the knight's ready to hop in here. Or did I just carry on with this move? Yeah, knight here I could take. What are my candidate moves? Queen d3, bishop to g3. Not sure. Knight d4. Let's ask the queen a question. Yeah. Oh, you want to go for a draw? Yeah, I'm just kind of curious actually. I could do this move and then go back. I'm going to do it as a test. It wouldn't be threefold repetition. This is the first time this position has come about. So if I go there, queen goes there, and then I return, that'd be the second time. If the queen goes back and then I went back here, then it would be a threefold repetition. I'm just going to do this as a test. Really curious to see if black would repeat. No. Okay, Leela says play ball. No draw for you. All right. Just want to know where your head's at, man. I'm having too much fun now. Okay, maybe I could say, you know what? I could challenge your bishop and get a flight square as well. Do I want to do that? You're in a pin, by the way. You still got to address that pin. All right, maybe I go queen d3, look for a chopperoni and then a mate. It's not quite mate. All right. Anyhow, I think I'm going to do this regardless. Queen d3. Take a page out of your book. Oh, really now? Huh. Really? Not afraid of chopperoni and then queen h7? What's your expected score? Where do you think you're at? 50.60, huh? Okay. Bishop takes knight, queen takes bishop, queen check, king here. If I give a check, the king runs, and then my queen's under fire, and then the bishop gets to be saved. So, boom, boom, check here, and then take. Nah. I'm only attacking with the queen. That's not enough. My king side's going to get wrecked. So I guess I have to take here, and I think I'm fine with that. I'm up the bishop pair, yeah? G5? Thinking? Yeah. Alright, I don't have this move, because knight takes queen is hitting with check. Okay, so the knight, I guess, is eyeing up the c4 square. Gotta find a good home for my queen. Let's think about a forward move first. Queen f5. I think I like queen f5. I would love to be able to, give a bishop back and then to damage the structure. Or back home. Queen f5, knight c4, rook b1. It's not fun to defend like that, but maybe challenge the knight one day. I think I like this. Let's try queen f5. See what happens. Yeah, knight c4. What a bug. b2 is under fire. Rook b1. I want to keep this pin still. Well, if I go rook b1, is there queen d7? Queen takes queen, knight takes queen. I don't have a chance to give that up. Or I don't have a chance anymore to damage the kingside structure. I don't know if I'd even be able to take advantage of that. The queen's being off. If I chop, double isolated pawns, isolated pawn. In the end, I still have to do something about this guy. I think I just keep the pin. Rook b1, the other rook here, and then knight to d2. Challenge the best piece that black has. I guess. This is not a fun move to make, but I can't let the heart of my queenside structure be ripped to shreds. Queen exchange. All right, well, I actually have an opportunity to take out the knight now. Then queen takes queen, bishop takes. I don't want to take the queen and invite the rook to a half-open file, so I'd rather keep this tension. And here's the other thing. If I don't act fast, this rook is ready to invade here. Wow. Hitting my bishop moves, then b2. Now, I have some sensitive points here. Bishop's unprotected in some cases. b2 is currently under fire. I want to get rid of this knight. Huh. Do I keep the queens on? Huh. If I go like queen f3, the knight's going to jump into e4, and then there's two knights in my house. Yikes. Wow. I feel like I need to take the knight out. Queen takes queen. Gotta take the queen. Okay. Still thinks it's around 50%, huh? Alright, now what do I do about the rook here? Oh, okay. Hang on. I could return to d3. Guard some squares. Boy, this knight is a giant pest. Okay, my bishop isn't doing anything exciting here. It'd be different if this pawn was here, and there's two different color flight squares now, so I could pull the bishop back. d3. Let's go to d3. Let's see, Leela. King g7. All right, my plan was rook here, and then knight to d2. We're going to enter an opposite color bishop position. I wouldn't mind seeing that. This is a #1 priority. Challenge this knight, and my knight is basically a dummy. b3. This knight is so much better. Knight for knight comparison. All right. f2 is a little bit sensitive after I do this, but I gotta play knight to d2. I haven't had to force Leela to move. Good news. All right, knight d2, knight e5, bishop f5. Have a nice tempo move. All right, knight d2 or king to f1. Probably knight to d2 straight away. Maybe I don't want to be too quick. Can I improve my king a hair? What's the difference even? King f1, I can maybe even consider on that. There's bishop e2, my bishop's defended. I'm going to go in for this straight away. Missing anything? Let's find out. Yeah, no trade. No trades for me, man. I understand. Bishop here. Yeah, let's. You know where I want my knight? I want my knight here. I would love for that to happen. All right, let's go here. You threw a punch, I throw a punch. Now that move. I could do this, and then we enter pretty symmetrical structure on the king side. The only difference is still related to the isolated pawn. C versus D pawn. Well, the knight is under control. Black is prepared to eliminate this pawn. Hmm. I don't like that my king is opposite the bishop. King f1, d4. Hmm. If I had enough time, like g3, king g2, knight f3. I'd like to challenge the knight with knight f3. King f1, I think. No, I might want to return here. Maybe we could do another test with this little repetition. Knight b3, knight c4. Even if I could get the knight to d4, be happy. Knight b3, knight c4, knight d2. See what Leela wants to do next. The rook might enter on e2 then. Let's see, king f1, d4. Takes, rook takes. And then maybe knight to b3. Ooh. I think I might go for knight f3 there. I don't know. I'd be playing for a bit of a draw in that case. Let's try king f1. I think this is best. d4 I'm expecting. Yeah. Wow. All right. I got to take. Yeah. So the only difference in the structure is on the king side. I think I just got to take that out. I just realized something. Pawn takes pawn, rook takes pawn, knight b3, there's rook f4. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Okay. Gotta abort on that variation. That's not going to turn out good. Pawn takes pawn, rook takes, knight b3, back to a terrible square. I was thinking the rook has to exchange or go to a4 for some reason. Rook f4 hits f2 and my unprotected bishop. So I think I gotta go knight e4. Huh. Yikes. Oh. Alright, let's go, knight. Don't hurt me. I'm expecting d3. No. No d3, huh? Okay, now if this configuration tries to get disrupted with the rook, I always have g4, which in most positions is a pretty weakening move. Well, a weakening move that could probably be exploited, though I don't think it could really be exploited in this case. So rook here, g4, I think I'm fine with. Now I think I want to get rid of this pawn before black says, you know what, I'm going to morph this pawn into a passer. I also have to be careful of knight d2 check. The knight is covering. Wow. All right. Take. I want to take. Give the knight a kick. b3, knight a3. b3, knight here. I'm fine with that exchange. b3, knight a3, rook c1. On advance. And I have to worry about knight c2. I could move my knight. Try and hunt down that pawn. I think I just want to exchange pawns. Pawn takes pawn, bishop takes pawn, b3, knight b2. Rook d2. I think I want to flush the knight away. Do I take first and then play b3 or just b3 right now? I'm going to take first. Bishop? Yeah. Jeez. All right, now I definitely have to do this. b3 it is. Don't hurt me. Oh, man. We got the knights off. The tricky knights are going to go bye-bye. Okay, I think I could draw this. Here's another thing I was wondering. I wonder if Leela has already figured out about the wrong colored bishop stuff. Anyhow, knights are gone. And in this position, pretty much I'm viewing it where one rook will be off. I think I like my position. Yeah, I like my position here. So rook d2 and then double? Discard my 7th rank? Yeah. Rook d2, double up. Oh, we're going to have an opposite color. This might be a draw. Oh, no, hang on. If I double up, bishop c5, we swap rooks, and then bishop here. Could win a pawn. Well, we go here. Ah, right. Yeah, this is looking like a draw. I just stay right here. This bishop does a very good job. Okay, I think I just want to improve the king now. Do I have anything fancy? Can I really try to win this? Checks here. If I play g3, I'm basically abandoning any idea to maybe have a rook swing over along the 3rd rank to influence the king position. Why would I be playing g3 to kind of do this? I could do that, but I don't want to subject my king to some checks. I mean, black is already in a position to move the bishop. The rooks are traded, and then if I go here, the pawn pushes, another push, and then there's nothing to do. I mean, I'll still play it out to see how it ends up playing with this opposite color bishop ending, but g3. Let's make sure I'm not falling for any tricks. I could always just super glue the bishop in here for forever. Let me do that. Yeah, let's just play g4. Bishop ready to move? No, it doesn't want to move. All right, let's improve my king. a4 or b5? Yeah, it's certainly not budging with the bishop, yeah? So if I ever come over here, king e4, there's always a check, and I gotta go back. So I could force some repetition or force both rooks off. Do I take here? I don't think it really matters if I take or wait to be captured. I don't know. I guess I'll take. I guess the pawn's going to get as far as it can possibly go. Go king f3. Expecting a3. Okay, now at least I could do something like this. Put pressure. Excuse me. Put pressure on the pawn. And I think I'm then forcing bishop c5, defending the pawn and offering rook exchanges. I think this one's petering out to a draw. Yeah. Well, let's see how black recaptures. With the bishop or rook. Okay, this is a drawn position. I won't be taking as long now, and I'm very happy to see this is the first game I'm playing where I didn't have to force Leela to move. It's been going smooth. It is a bit late that I'm recording this. So let's just save the pawn. I could get it all the way up to h5. I guess we'll do that. Yeah, I don't expect... Well, it's interesting. It still feels that it's doing not so good, but I can't win this. I can't offer a draw either. Yeah. I don't think that there's anything more to really do. I guess we have to go to the 50 move rule or something. Or maybe I could just get to a point where... Or no. Wait, maybe I could try for something. Would I try to win this pawn? No, not with the king there. I was thinking king here and then maneuver my bishop on this diagonal. Giving me an opportunity for... No, the king could always just stick around here. Oh! Hang on now. I'm going to be able to win this pawn. Okay, but even so, I'm not going to be able to do anything once I win that pawn. Wow, a little bit surprising that it kind of demoted the king like that. Okay. Let's hunt down f7 and see what the expected score is. Aha. She's doing that. Still a draw. If I take, there's even f6, and then it's just dead. The one pawn restricts my two pawns. Bishop takes bishop, or yeah, bishop takes pawn. Pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn. Yeah. I don't even see a way that I could try to have some winning chances. I'm going to just take. Takes. Yeah, now the king could just get active. Leela is thinking, yeah, I'm never winning this. King stays here. The bishop could always defend this pawn. All right, let's see if it maybe goofs for a little bit. I don't think I'm going to do a 50 move thing. I'm going to look for some kind of repetition. I believe it already knows that I can't break down the position. Whenever I attack this pawn, it'll be defended. Doesn't appear to ever... It doesn't even want to budge here with the king. Yeah, I'll just play a handful more moves. I don't think the game's going to end. I mean, I believe it would end out if we pulled off 50 moves, but I might just cut this one short. Maybe I could trick it. And I don't even see how I could trick it. With, like, if the king goes too far away with this, I get a passed pawn, but the bishop's always there, and then I'd give black a passed pawn. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we have to go 50 moves. This is pretty clear-cut drawn position. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here. Maybe we just go for a repetition, and we'll get an actual draw up here. Yeah, there we go. Game drawn. There really isn't anything to do. And wow, as I mentioned, the first two games that I played in hard mode at this level, I lost. And the time I was spending here in this video while playing was just about the same amount of time I was playing for those first two games. Clearly we could see a big difference with hard mode, and even the first game I played in this video, normal mode, compared to the first video. I feel it. And feel free to leave any feedback in the comment section below. What your thoughts are on the games, comparing the first video to this one. Much different position type, of course, in that first game. Much more open, queenless middle game, not locked like we got in the King's Indian in the first video. But anyhow, as usual, feel free to leave any feedback to this one in the comment section below. And I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe took a thing or two away from this one. This is some really interesting stuff, this Leela Chess Zero. Anyhow, that's all for now. Take care.